$94,939 in that line item.
Depending on what council's desire is with the layout and how the architectural design is affected, there may be some expense there, but I think the 400 would cover it. But we could go ahead and do the roof, but we can wait on that too.
Well, you know, I want, the last thing I want to share is that I had a really good conversation Friday of last week with our attorney, Amanda, who was
Sicoli.
filling in,
Sicoli.
yes. And she had seen the meeting, and she had spoken with Mr. Blackerby, who of course was there at the meeting, and we talked about all the different options and the safety nets and so forth that we had through state code sections about extending, you know, should we not be able to do that, but agreed fully that what we want to do is have the budget done on time, and I think we can do that for sure. But I asked him at the end of the conversation, if your firm were to give us some advice on this issue, what would it be? And she said, well, what we think would be the easiest thing is to take both of those line items out, the revenue and the expenditure for the building, sort out what you want to get done with the building. And in the meantime, maybe you get closer to execution on the real estate thing, and you can make an amendment to the budget. That way, you're not tipping anybody on when you do put it back out for proposal about what's in there. So I think that's good advice.
Yeah, I mean, it really doesn't, like I said, it's semantics to me, and purely semantics, because, you know, it's our intention and desire to try to get into the building next year. We know it's going to cost money. You know, I am okay either way. Like I say, it's just going back into general fund, which is where some of that money is already now. And so, you know, we reallocate and do a budget. I'm okay with that if that's what, if that's the discussion. So,
Well, I agree with both of you. I want to get in the building as soon as possible, and I want to make sure it's done right, but if that's the only thing that's holding you up, I don't see where that would be a problem, because we can always amend it later on, because we're going to have to go out for bids again.
Yeah, I mean, I do believe it's end result's going to be the same thing either way. So, I mean,
Yeah.
it will be.
agree.
But I do suggest that within the next month, within the next calendar month, that we need to have a city council work session on City Hall, so we can actually iron some things out as a council as far as what our plans are going to be. We need to do that sooner than later.
Yes, sir.
I agree.
I
with
second.
that.
Well, I think
You know,
we're all on the
'cause it's
same page
one of the
here.
things I think, you know, some of the things that are in contention or up for discussion now are things that were decided upon by the previous council or whatever. And obviously we got a new council now, and, but we're also building a building for the next 40, 50 years probably. You know, so trying to be mindful of, you know, what are the future needs, you know, without overbuilding and expending funds now that we don't, you know, need to spend for 20 years. I'm not asking to do that, but we certainly, like I said, we need to settle on, you know, what the scope of that work is. But if that's amenable to everybody on staff there, that we just go ahead and
Can we,
change.
just to make sure that we're on the same page here, what we're doing is we're not just.
Here, yeah, I'm sorry to interrupt.
You're fine. I think you've got what I was fixing to ask for. Okay, my understanding is you want to remove the 2.5 out of fund equity, correct? You also want to remove the 2.5 out of general governmental buildings, leaving the 494 in governmental buildings. Okay, all right. So
good.
And, yeah, that'll reduce the draw on fund equity to $1,006,000.
Right.
something.
So is that
Could
what I'm
you-
understanding?
Could you say that
Is
loud
that
enough so
correct?
everybody can hear
I'm sorry?
it? Could you say that loud enough, please?
Didn't
What,
hear you.
about the fund equity?
1.6, right?
1,006,000.
$6,169.
Just make sure that everybody hears it on air.
Oh, I'm sorry. So that would, yeah, so that would take fund equity to $1,006,169, and it would take the general governmental buildings to $494,939.
Yes.
That it?
Good.
That's it. Okay. All right, is there anything else? Anything else gonna keep you from voting yay on Monday? Let's hear it now, please.
I'm all in. You've convinced me.
Okay.
That's right.
Yeah, as long as we're all even here and we're on the same page, we can consent this Monday night, so.
So everybody pretty much figured we gonna do that.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. Anything else?
Public,
He abstained, so what,
I
is it
mean,
good with you?
yeah.
I'm talking now,
You talking about to me?
Ms. Scott, yeah,
Yes, sir.
all right,
You're saying I abstained
you
tonight?
did last time,
Yes, I did, you know. I
so
was
this
wrong.
time,
Yes,
we
sir,
good.
and I was wrong by doing that, and I want to tell
Ah.
everybody I was wrong by doing that.
But we good now.
Sir, yes, sir.
Any other comments? I mean, don't know that we necessarily have a granting audience, but if you got something you want to say that needs to be said, I think this is the time to do it so we can get where we need to be come Monday night. So if anybody wants to come up, otherwise we'll all be happy Monday night. All right,
Amen.
session closed.
He's gonna take all of us off the stage there.
Right now.